Welcome, welcome to I.T.B. USA. I.T.B. USA. Welcome. Home of the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars. The I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Modeling Agency. The I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Fashion Statement. The I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Financial Statement. Home of the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Games. Game of Thrones. Chariot of Fire Game of Thrones. That's right. The home of the I.T.B. USA. UCLAY USA. The I.T.B. UCLAY USA. Hollywood Grail. Chariot of Fire. Hollywood Grail Stars. Chariot of Fire. Game of Thrones. As you can see, the reason we are investing in a Hollywood Grail star search because we've been challenged. Rome, good old Rome is at it again. Good old Rome is at it again. The same Romans of the Colosseum, the same Romans of the gladiators, the same Romans that their nation has crumbled time and time again. The same Romans, for some strange reason, they keep trying to pick up the pieces and challenge to be a global, worldwide, la la land, renowned supernatural superpower. And so now this time, sponsored by Reebok, they have a CrossFit Games. CrossFit Games. Now we've endured the challenge of the human zoos, Walt Disney, Wild World of Sports, human zoos. And out of the Walt Disney, Wild World of Sport, human zoos, you got the AAU, you got Epcot Center, you got the Walt Disney Wild World of Sports down in Orlando, Florida. We've endured those challenges in my father's generation, my grandfather's generation. They allowed Walt Disney to come with his Rome's Challenge in 1897 and claimed that this land is his father's land. Manifest Destiny was the call for Rome's Challenge. Manifest Destiny. Then they had a nerve to create a movie called Chariots of Fire. They had a nerve to create a movie, Chariots of Fire, to go with so-called their manifest destiny. It was their manifest destiny to go from the dark ages of Europe and make this their father's land. That's what Rome's Challenge is about. That's what Rome's Challenge is about. And so they have a code word every time they resurrect this challenge. It's called Laban's Round. Laban's Round means your land is our father's land. Mi casa, su casa, mi casa. That's what Laban's Round says. Su casa, mi casa. Laban's Round. Rome's Challenge. And then when they made Chariots of Fire, in their human zoos and their World's Fair, or Walt Disney Wild World of Sports, Epcot Center, human zoos and World's Fair, they went around the world saying survival of the fittest. Only the strong survive. Kill or be killed. And for some strange reason, the history books do not reflect the record of our response to Rome's challenge in the Chicago World's Fair in 1897 and the St. Louis World's Fair, human zoos, where they said, we are the fittest on earth. Survival of the fittest. They said, when we come to take the lands, only the strong will survive the struggle for the lands. Lebensraum. Su casa, mi casa. Lebensraum. They called it the Gilded Age. The gold rush. So, now Reebok, there are 4 companies that invested in Lebensraum. Ralph Lauren Polo, the Polo Grounds. They claim that they took those lands, the Polo Grounds. Ralph Lauren Polo, Nike in Oregon, in the gold rush to the west, Nike was set up in the human zoos, the St. Louis World's Fair. Nike made the outfits, the sneakers. Nike became the powerhouse that it was based off of saying we are the fittest on earth, survival of the fittest, only the strong survive. And then they don't document, nobody documents that Wilma Rudolph took them up on a challenge and went to Italy to the World Olympics while President Roosevelt was stricken with polio. See, you can't play with God or God's queens. President Theodore Roosevelt, the longest ever president, crippled with polio. God allowed, while they're saying only the strong survive, survival of the fittest. This is Rome's challenge. So what better place to go than to Rome, the head of Lebensraum, the head of the people who started the human zoos, the Darwin's theory of evolution, social Darwinian theory. This is where the social engineering concept came for the human zoos. It's called Hellenism, to erase the record of us not being on the scene at all. We're going to create a new narrative. They had something new in 1897. In 1902, they had a new medium. In 1920, they created Hollywood. So all while they're saying only the strong survive, we're the fittest on earth, now they have this new social engineering medium to promote their messages, because they created the studios, right? So they're broadcasting images to match the story that they're telling. But because they would only broadcast the narratives that they were telling, the world believed. The world believed that Black people, because in the Hollywood studio, the very first film they did was Birth of a Nation, blackface, which they had been doing for 100 years on Broadway, called a minstrel era. So Broadway was created through blackface, telling the same story to crowds who wanted to hear that story. And they went all over the world creating the stereotypes that y'all see today through social engineered media. Question is it true? No, it's not. And so now, while all of the eyes of the world are in one spot, and you still have the children of Laban's round down here in Orlando, Florida. Behind me, you see a campus called ITM Academy. No, IMG Academy. This is the same IMG Academy that runs the modeling agency for all of Hollywood, all around the world. This is the biggest modeling agency in the world in Orlando, Florida, right next to Walt Disney, Wild World of Sports. So in the heart of Walt Disney's Wild World of Sports and in the heart of their IMG Academy, we're doing I.T.B, UCLAY USA, Hollywood Grail Stars Search. I.T.B, UCLAY. Who is the UCLAY? Cush, Bathsheba. This is not about diversity. This is not. They have diversity at IMG, and they're claiming they're the fittest in the world. Reebok is claiming, so they go from IMG Academy, and they go from their AAU and their NBA and the NFL. All of those are diverse. And then individuals go to the NCAA who don't go to the NFL, who can't get into the NFL. They go to NCAA and they run track, and it's your water polo athletes and your lacrosse athletes and your soccer athletes. And then after they finish, and your tennis and your golf, and after they finish their NCAA careers that don't amount to anything that we do in football and basketball, they've created a spot where they can keep selling you the narrative that they're the fittest on the earth. This is Laban's round, and they call it CrossFit Games. So we're not going to go join their CrossFit Games. We're going to do exactly what Wilma Rudolph did. We're going to create our own exclusive, like they have their own country clubs, our own exclusive. It's called UCLAY, I.T.B, UCLAY USA. It's the La La Land, Brooklyn, Lion King and King's Pride watering hole. And just like they created Nike and Polo and Adidas, yes, my Adidas, Run DMC, Russell Simmons, Lawyer Cohen, Aerosmith. That's why they went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, because Laban's round created them. They ain't hip hop. They don't belong to us. I.T.B, UCLAY USA is hip hop all day. Yesterday, today, and forever. The number one consumed art in the world is hip hop. I.T.B, UCLAY USA, we're creating it to put a separation between rap, rock and roll, country, classical. The whole world has already judged. Rome's challenge, and in this day and age, we're going to create a counterpunch for every fashion brand that they created. We got a counterpunch to Nike. If Nike claims that they're the fittest in the world, Nike does not deserve to be on any of our bodies or our images. If Reebok claims that those who lost are the fittest on earth, they do not deserve. So we're creating a counterpunch to Nike, a counterpunch to Reebok. When I say a counterpunch, head to toe fashion labels. If they got Reebok sneakers, if they got Reebok workout gear, head to toe. replacement for Reebok. Head to toe, replacement for Nike. Head to toe, replacement for Polo. Where? At our I.T.B, UCLAY USA campuses. Not only will we have the games held there, but we'll manufacture the clothes there too. So not only will our people not wear your fashion, but we won't work for companies that manufacture that fashion. Once again, let me tell you, it's Reebok, it's Adidas, it's Nike, it's Polo. What's the other one? Hugo Boss made all of the suits for the Nazi German officers, and they made all of the outfits for the concentration camp. So the old jail uniforms that you used to see back in the day with the pinstripes, that's a Hugo Boss. So whenever you see somebody with Hugo Boss on, they got concentration camp suits on. All of y'all out here who go and wear those blue suits, you got a concentration camp suit on. And our women were stronger than your president who died from polio, and she went on to win Olympic gold medal, one of the greatest. And then in the 80s, FloJo. They still discredit Florence Griffith Joyner to this very day. So we gonna come back and we're gonna shoot these movies. This is why we're doing a Hollywood Grail Star Search, because we have the performance arts, the games, and the finest arts, the fashion statement that goes with it. So we're gonna do the Wilma Rudolph story at the games in the 60s in Rome. We're gonna do the Florence Griffith Joyner story. My Aunt Julie Webb was the Florence Griffith Joyner of her daughter, Levita, is the perfect individual. And if we want to go outside of the family, Miss Lauren London. Miss Lauren London. Miss Lauren London is a part of our family. Miss Lauren London, who they killed her husband, our brother, Spider Lope. Our brother, Spider Lope from BACC. My mother's West Coast son. Right next to Tracy Webb. We are the ultimate global in heaven and in earth Lion King and King's Pride. Our Uncle Bruce. Those Lee jeans, Bruce Lee. Our Uncle Bruce. So when they had Adidas on their feet, we had our Bruce Lee jeans on. So we're going to take you back through the era. We're going to take you back to hip hop and tell you hip hop fashion statement and financial statement like only I.T.B can. And as we tell our family story, we're looking for Hollywood Grail star models to be I.T.B to silence the challengers in Rome's Challenge, at IMG Academy, at Walt Disney World Wide World of Sports. That means their AAU leagues. That means their NBA leagues. What we're saying is they're the fake and we the all true blue. A thing move, true blue. Beautiful worldwide ballers. The all true blue. If y'all don't know what a thing move from Trenton, New Jersey in the 800 and the 400 meter relay did at these past Olympics, if y'all don't know who a thing move, Trenton, New Jersey, identical to my grandmother, and my grandmother's mother. When I tell you what my grandmother went through, what my great grandmother Mason went through because of color in the United States of America, just like a thing moved and her family had to run because they're still doing Lebensraum in Sudan. The same people are challenging a thing moves family, and they're saying su casa is mi casa. The same Romans, the same popes, the same Italians are in Ethiopia and Eritrea. The same Italians. The same Uncle Sam in Washington, D.C. and the United Kingdom, Queen of England. They carved up Sudan and Darfur and the Nile Valley and South Africa and apartheid, and all of that is a part of this challenge. So it's time for the Wilma Rudolph response from I.T.B. Hollywood Grail. And Wilma Rudolph was a threat in performance arts and finest arts. And you have to be a threat in financial statement. And you have to be a threat in the family that nursed her to health. She had a mother and a father, a marriage. We call it a slumdog Havillionaire marriage makers. That was able to do for Wilma Rudolph what the president of the United States, because genetically, their challenge is based off of a lie. Only the strong survive. He died. Wilma Rudolph won gold medal after gold medal. So we looking for the Wilma Rudolphs. We looking for the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail. Let me say this, ladies. Another inspiration came from Beyonce's album. She has a song on there, Pretty Hurts. Beyonce has a song on her album called Lemonade that said, Pretty Hurts. Well, the La La Land to our Brooklyn fashion line that my sister Terry is, my sister Terry. This is the brand that we're promoting, promoting for those queens who are the water, the living water of our family. Evelyn, there's that Lynn in the brook, Brooklyn, living water. Evelyn, Aunt Lynn, Jasmine Evelyn, Terry Lynn. So we've created a Brooklyn La La Land logo. My wife, Kanisha, my two daughters. My mother used to play Beyonce's, I don't call her that by that name, Beyonce, Dream Girls, over and over. VCR tape with Destiny in her arms, pre-Destiny's Child, watching Destiny's Child, over and over. Dream Girls, Dream Girls. So you have pre-Destiny, watching Destiny's Child, Dream Girls. My mother created a Dream Girl, Destiny, in that same Brooklyn living water. When the kids used to come down here for the summer, my wife would take Beyonce's whole playlist. Beyonce don't have a beehive. Beyonce don't have a beehive. In Hamilton, we Hornets. In Hamilton, we Hornets. And Hornets slaughter honeybees. Those European slaughter bees, Beyonce. You got the HH Hornets. You got the Hamilton Havillionaire Hornets. The Beehive is dead. The Beehive represents the dead Yo MTV rap nigga Jay-Z. Hip hop is rap. Rap died when Nipsey Hussle died. Rap died when Wilma Rudolph defeated Rome's Challenge. Rap died. Beyonce, we crown you the Yes MC. The Yes MC. Not only at the brook do you have living water of life, but the mother tongue of the living is hip hop. There's a worship that Julie Webb and Beverly Webb and Evelyn took us through at a watering hole called St. Philip's. A watering hole. There's a worship that nobody in rap, nobody in your beehive can take you to. The Brooklyn La La Land worship. And we're going to take that Holy Spirit album and we're going to take that Lemonade album and we're going to put together the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Hip Hop Dance Pro Hip Hop Dance Studios. Once again, there's no other studios. So if y'all know anything about music, y'all know Debbie Allen was in a movie called Fame. Debbie Allen was in a movie called Fame, and they like to give Debbie Allen credit for being a good dancer. Debbie Allen can't hold a candle to Beverly Webb. And the school that they did, that Debbie Allen and Fame did, is Juilliard. And Juilliard feeds Broadway and Hollywood. Juilliard feeds rock and roll. Juilliard feeds classic. They do classical. We was doing classical 500 years ago. Juilliard is trying to learn now. Broadway is trying to learn now what we stopped doing in England and in France in the 500s because it was played out. That's what Juilliard Academy is. That's what your NBA players are to us. That's what your NFL players are to us. This is how comical Reebok saying they're the fittest on earth. Your women fitness and health. Fitness includes childbirth. Fitness includes the fountain of youth. There is no person that is more self-conscious about their image than European women. There is no more fake being on the planet than a European woman. How can you say fittest on earth? When everything on you is plastic. The woman with the issue of the plastic ocean. If you got plastic breasts and plastic behinds, they got a plastic ocean too. That's why the seas look the way they do. Look at around your world, you got a plastic ocean because you're vacate all over the world. So now that they've done Rome's challenge again, we're accepting your challenge. The only problem is we the champions. Y'all the challengers. This is the rumble in the jungle. The Cassius UCLAY. The USA Cassius out UCLAY. Rumble in the urban, beautiful jungle. And we're going to take our queens and we're going to do a victory lap and show y'all what real layish beauty looks like. I.T.B. in the beginning, pre-veil naked, layish beauty. I.T.B. in the beginning, Hollywood Grail, pre-veil naked beauty. Naked, pre-veil naked, layish beauty. Procreator made perfect, pre-Hollywood Grail, pre-veil, procreator made perfect, pre-veil naked, layish beauty. And if you can produce women to challenge the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail stars, that we're gonna go all over the world. We're gonna go all over the world. And we're gonna show you these I.T.B. Hollywood Grail stars. Once again, Beyonce did a song called Pretty Hurts. And Beyonce showed that all over the world, there are women from every shade, from the lightest shade, which is Kush, to the darkest shade, which is Kush. And in that video, she had women, just like in the song, in the video, Brown Skin Girl. That's why we're taking 2 albums from Beyonce, Lemonade and Holy Spirit Lioness's Queen. And we're gonna do the narrow way, performance arts and fine arts, and the Hollywood studios, the Hollywood Ether Flame Studios, 4D motion capture pictures. This is a whole new hip hop industry. You heard me. Hollywood 4D motion capture pictures. They don't even have it. They still in 3D. We're gonna give you, we've been sitting on it. History always repeats itself. We knew that they was gonna do one final challenge, because they don't have no bread. So they need to control the economies of the United States of America. So all we doing is we're cutting off the handout. We're cutting off the aid. No more European charity. There's no common good. There's no common good. Y'all said kill or be killed. You're not getting charity out of kill or be killed. You want kill or be killed? Fine. You want all or nothing? You want only the strong survives? That's what you're gonna get. And we getting the Beyonce, the survivor of all of the attacks that the record industry did. 99 Problems, Def Jam hates the very image of Beyonce because it's not in line with their Lebensraum, blackface, minstrel era, blackface Hollywood, birth of a nation. They invested in a blackface narrative because they can't compete physically, so they had to create science fiction myth because they had already said we're superior, we're stronger. And then when the world came to Olympic Games, they said, how are the Europeans stronger? So then they created a Hollywood industry where they control the images. So we're saying, now that the whole world loves hip hop, which we created, there's no better dancers than those that are with Beyonce. There's no better performance arts of hip hop than Beyonce's homecoming, than Beyonce's tours. So we're creating that I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Star Search. We're going all over the world to find down in New Orleans, where Beyonce was born. Up in Trenton, where Bev was born. Up in Trenton, where Julie was born. Up in Trenton, where Olivia, the oil. Olivia stands for the oil. Our pride rock. Thou anointeth my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. That is Hollywood Grail oil. They don't have that. I will dwell in the house of the Lord. So the challenger who's looking to take lands obviously don't have a birthright. And then Olivia named her daughter Jasmine Evelyn. So on tomorrow is my sister's birthday, and I'm launching the I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Stars Search with the La La Land, the Brooklyn La La Land, the Low Life logo. Reese and Kels, me and Kanisha. Reese's partner is G-Lo from Brooklyn. My partner from Brooklyn is Still Low from Flatbush, Brooklyn, Kings Plaza. Still Low. Stillmatic Low. Stillborn Matic Low. We've been answering the challenge, but now we're gonna give y'all an opportunity to be low lifes with us. Salute. Me and Reese been looking to launch this clothing store. Well, we can't never do what they already doing. So we're not just gonna wear clothes that somebody else manufacturing. We're gonna manufacture the lines ourselves first. So we control the market, we control the price, we control the fabric. To Little Bill, who already got a clothing line. My children in this low life franchise. Her Shine on Dr. Life Mart. The Just Be Eve, Her Shine on Dr. Life Mart. It's my mom, my wife, my daughters. And we also gonna have a sneaker creator, the Pro Creator Made Perfect sneaker. The heir apparent up there, walk in the cloud. Yeah, we crushing Nike, and they Jordan down. They Jordan is down for real. The Havilion heir apparent up there, the walk in the clouds. Havilion heir apparent up there. There's no other heirs but the Havilion heir apparents. The Slumdog Havilion heir apparents. The heirs up there, walk in the clouds, just like Nas said. So we're gonna take two joints from Nas. Nas came out with the Made You Look. The Procreator made you look perfect. The Procreator made you look of Enoch. I.T.B. perfect fit. Walk in the clouds. The oldest wine. These are the Hollywood Grail vineyards of the oldest wine. So if Aunt Libby is the oil, the Just Be Eve, Peak Vineyards, Bev. You can't say Bev without saying Just Be Eve. You cannot say my mother's name without commanding all women to bow down and just be Eve. You cannot say my mother's name without saying just be Eve. Beverly, just be Eve. It's a commandment. Either show love or bow down. That's what Brooklyn is about. We spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. We spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. This is what it's about. And if you reject the love, if you replace love with a challenge, then you get to see the hunters. Julie Hunter, Florence Gifford Jones, Julie Hunter. If you reject the Just Be Eve, spread love, it's the Brooklyn way, then you get the hunters. The Layish, Lion King and King's Pride. The Shiloh wife. My wife is from the Shy. The word of God says, Jasmine Evelyn was the watering hole for us when we was in the Shy. Aunt Libby, the oil, would come down from Peoria to Chicago so that we would still have access to the watering hole when we was away from Trenton. The Brooklyn La La Land. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. So we got a Brooklyn logo. The Brooklyn La La Land. Around that same time, you had the Brooklyn Championship, Brooklyn low wife Dodgers. The Brooklyn Lebensraum Dodgers. The Brooklyn low life slave trade Dodgers. The Brooklyn low life transatlantic slave trade Dodgers. The Brooklyn low life Underground Railroad Dodgers. Slavery by another name Dodgers. The Brooklyn low life convict leasing Dodgers. The Brooklyn low wife blackface stereotype Dodgers. Because we crushed every challenge that they did. So if you got deceived in all of those, now's your time for you to come and be I.T.B, Hollywood Grill. If you sick and tired of being sick and tired of them talking about fittest in the earth, it ain't time to march. It's time to train. It's time to work out. They talk about they the fittest in the earth, and they stole fitness. We're going to take Beyonce's 44-day diet. We're going to extend it out to our original. Cyrus, King of Persia, King of the Medes, and Queen Esther, everlasting with the King of Kings, 90-day diet. The divine shadow, King Cyrus of the Medes, came and found Queen Esther in the Word of God and went through the Slumdog Pavillionaire marriage makers. This is where we get the Slumdog Pavillionaire marriage makers, because he came and the woman that his father tried to give him as a bride are the same Kardashians that they try and put next to Beyonce in their Rome's challenge of fittest on earth. They put Kim Kardashian next to Beyonce and then give her $1 billion and talk about they put Kylie Jenner, who wants to erase, it's called Hellenism, wants to erase Rihanna. So we're going to take these queens that they are biting off of. You know, that's the definition of the rap industry. Anybody who is envious and jealous and can't be us, they are called a biter. That is the unpardonable sin of hip hop. To be jealous and envious and copy anything, that is the unpardonable sin. That is the definition of rock and roll. That is the definition of rap. That is the definition of the Rat Pack. Frank Sinatra and all of them. So we're going to take Beyonce and we're going to take what they wasting. They got our women all over the world in these carnivals. We're going to pull from women who star in Carnival, and we're going to give them an opportunity to star in I.T.B. Hollywood Grail. We're going to do a star search for carnivals. That's what the Brooklyn La La Land, and we're going to start with the two works of art. Any tour, any fashion, any song that Beyonce has done. We're going to start there. Then we're going to start with Rihanna. You got to have two witnesses. I'm going to take Rihanna, Barbados, my right-hand man, Andre McDonald. It's from the soul. He got a grandmama named Betty. I got a grandmama named Betty. Betty from Barbados, Betty from Trenton, Betty from Brooklyn. He got a mama named Betty. He got a grandmama from Barbados. Sorry. Shout out to, and he got a Jazz. And he got a Jasmine. So we got Jasmine Evelyn. Andre's from Brooklyn and Barbados, where Rihanna's from. Terry has taken all of my brethren under the wing. My mama has taken all of my brethren, and they mamas have taken all of us under the wing. So our other mama from Brooklyn is from Trinidad and Tobago, Craig Morgan's mama. Any queens on the island of Trinidad and Tobago, and you, the one thing they got to look for in their life is carnival. You way bigger than carnival. My mama from Trinidad and Tobago is way bigger than carnival. My sister Cam May, shout out to Cam May. Well, my sister Viola Church Doty adopted Craig. His sister Cam May adopted me. Shout out. Shout out to Debbie and Tony, the wedding that I was in. Craig's older sister, her name is Debbie. Like my older sister is Terry. We swapped sisters. This Brooklyn logo means everything. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. This La La Land means everything. So if y'all want to join our family group, if y'all want the warriors of this Lion King and King's Pride to go to war, then y'all need to join my mama's HH Hornets, the Hamilton Havillionaire Hornets. Y'all need to become one of the dream girls of Bev Webb. Just ask her daughter Destiny. Just ask my wife Kanisha. My kids bang Beyonce. Bang Rihanna. And there's nowhere in the world we're going to let some Reebok CrossFit games be envious and jealous and lift up women who have men who try and kill people like Nipsey Hussle. And they take Nipsey Hussle from Lauren London and cross. You had these same Europeans who talking about they're the fittest on earth. And they got a name to say CrossFit Games. Nipsey Hussle's son is Cross. Well, I carry the cross. I carry the cross. The wait is over. I carry the cross. Any of our queens still waiting for Superman, the wait is over. Any of our queens, Lauren London, they took Superman from you. The wait is over, baby girl. You got a Lion King and King's Pride in LA. Our oldest uncle has always lived in LA. Our pride extends coast to coast as Spider Loc. Coast to coast. That includes our girl. That includes our girl. The queen of biker boys. The queen Knight Rider in the Baymax watch. The queen Knight Rider. Whose husbands just simply want to go in another direction. Where you do that at? He talk about he a Sabbath keeper. Son, don't ever come to Oakwood. We about to do a real Slumdog Havillionaire marriage maker. One love and marriage in Huntsville. Don't ever come to Oakwood University, yo. Never. But to the queen, We're going to roll out the beautiful carpet for you, the beautiful worldwide carpet for you. I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Star Search. You are the epitome of the stars that these young queens that we can use to train and raise them. That's what makes you a Hollywood Grail star. If we can use your lifestyle to train our daughters and our granddaughters. If you can stand in the divine shadow of the queens that raised us, if you can stand side by side with the queens that gave birth to our children, then you are a whole I.T.B. Hollywood Grail star. If not, you're a waste. So that's what we're looking for. The Lauren Londons, the Beyoncés, the Lauryn Hills, the Eves, literally. Shout out to Jadakiss and Styles P, who did the collaboration with Eve. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. Yo, that's prophetic, yo. In the midst of the 90s, in the midst of the 80s and the 90s, when we was getting destroyed by an artificially manufactured challenge, Ronald Reagan and them pumped dope all in our neighborhoods. The crack epidemic was artificially manufactured in Washington, D.C. Our kings in Staten Island ate it. Went down into Philly, Philly getting destroyed. They ate it. They went and got the queen from Philly. You cannot say Eve without saying my mama's name. Just be Eve. We gon' make it. We gon' make it. So if you in any of those categories, any of the categories, the Megan Good, who defined Franklin, who's so busy up underneath Will Smith. Soon as he divorces his wife, listen, Megan Good is the Sabbath. So my father has an introductory level course. And this is the PhD. And we're going to take you through this is the PhD spa. We turn this book into at the same I.T.B. Hollywood Grail spa treatment. The renowned supernatural woman's true desire is to be the lioness's king, the lioness's queen of the Rock of Ages, of the Pride Rock of Ages. This is the renowned supernatural woman desire. And the renowned supernatural woman is the Sabbath. Yeah. Devon Franklin. By you walking away from your wife to be a Hollywood producer, the black magic Hollywood producer, the industry that was built off of blackface, that's built off of Birth of a Nation, you would let your wife, Megan Good, go and think that you have any value anywhere? Just like Gay Hova, ZX, you got upgraded. You're worthless, homie. Buddy Bird can't upgrade you. He's worthless. My pops would be worthless if it wasn't for the upgrade that my mom gave. My mom is Oakwood. My mom is the Philadelphia, USA Wedding Bell Tower. That's Just Be Eve, Wedding Bell Tower. And we're going to give these queens a sip at that water of life. You can't never, ever look at Bell Tower at Oakwood University. That is a testimony to Just Be Eve, Web Nation. My sister, La La Land, Anna Knight, the Morning Star of Ellen White. So this spa treatment, ladies, the championship that the Seventh-day Adventist Church destroyed when they sent Ellen White into exile, we got yachts, the Lily of the Valley, Morning Star. And the school that they destroyed when they sent Anna Knight into exile into India, they exiled queens who was trying to give this to our queens in the South. And Devon Franklin and Irvin Magic Johnson and Busta Rhymes and Q-Tip are all part of Black Adventist families that said, no, we want to be the 5% nation of Adventism. Like Farrakhan's visit is the 5% nation of Islam. Black Seventh-day Adventists did in the United States of America. They took 30 pieces of silver to be Judas and sell our people in the South and in the streets in order to profit off of the health message, off of the prophecy. That's who Devon Franklin is. Son, you could rest on a Saturday all day you want. Just like them clowns, imposters over in the unholy land, swimming in the blood of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, without the upgrade that you let slip and slide. And when we get these queens into the yacht, and when we take them, my wife does intervention and rehabilitation. My wife has the greatest crew. Ain't no injuries at I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Games. Ain't no injuries because the team of therapists around my wife, listen, she raised me from the dead, yo. Like Zipporah raised Moses from the dead. Listen, if you want to be raised from the dead, I don't care what abuse you've been through. I don't care what project, what hood you've been through. If you are cut from the same cloth that our mothers and our queens and our grandmother, if you cut from the same cloth of Jasmine Evelyn and Terry Lynn and Aunt Lynn, then you need to come get the seal, the Brooklyn, and then you need to spread love. We want every queen that comes and puts the logo on to find 1,600. We then are going to turn you into an I.T.B. Hollywood Grail Star Search Havillionaire matchmaker, Havillionaire marriage maker. That's all we doing is we putting marriages together. When you signing up to spread love, we talking about let's seal the deal. And if you being wasted, we want to take you like Beyonce, take you like Rihanna. We want to take Beyonce, and we want to, when we renew our vows, we want y'all to be in our wedding party. Beyonce and Nas start the new chapter of the Hamilton Havillionaire Marriage Hornets. Hamilton Havillionaire Marriage Hornets. We slaughtering anything that's a threat to these queens, anything that's challenging, anything that say they fit. Okay, come get this 90-day everlasting with the King of Kings, King Cyrus, greatest king ever. We got chapters in the Bible that predicted that we was coming. Isaiah 45, Queen Esther, the whole book of Esther. It's a chapter, it's a couple in the Bible about Beyonce and Nas doing exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all come get this Brooklyn challenge. I'm going to show y'all Beyonce and Nas in the Bible, and how Beyonce leaves Jay-Z and Jay-Z dies for everything that him and Puff Daddy and Bad Boy in the industry have done, killing individuals to promote a fake image of individuals trying to steal our identity when they already lost to us in the dark ages. It's a chapter in the Bible where a queen like Beyonce is married to a worthless fake thug like Jehovah ZX. And God sends a king into the presence of that queen, like Nipsey Hussle, And then the king comes in the presence, and he like, yo, I'm in the area, blah, 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 blah. I know, I see your peoples up here, boom, 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 boom. Yo, can you bless us with whatever? And this man, disrespect this man. This man had already, the whole world knew who the man was. I'm gonna show y'all, just like Nas is known all over the world. Nas is known, and then for this clown to be talk about he the king of New York, and then he got songs where he the king of New York. Nigga, you're not even the king of Brooklyn, nigga. He like the fifth string rapper to come out of Brooklyn. He not even first in Brooklyn. Nas is. Big Daddy Kane was in Brooklyn rapping before he was. You not first in nothing. You not the king in nothing. Y'all say you unequally yoked and you can't upgrade him. But the word of God says when individuals like him are lawless, I'm going to show all of y'all that for every queen, God has called out of the womb a prophet that's supposed to complete you and make you fruitful and multiply and give you the desires of your heart. This whole book. When you come to the spa treatments, all y'all gonna do is sit up and hear my mom's greatest choir in the world, my wife's team of transformers and transfigurators. We call it the Havilah Touch Therapy, the Havilah Golden Touch Therapy. You can't get it nowhere else in the world. My wife got hospitals right now jockeying. I'm trying to take her off the market. If y'all ladies is smart, all you got to do is to be in this exclusive club. It's the only opportunity you're going to get to have an exclusive club where can't nobody else in the world but Kush. They got all type of country clubs for the English and the British and the German, all type for the white, the Hamptons. They got all these. This the only exclusive Divine Shadow Victoria's Secret place for Bathsheba. This is the homecoming, the fourth homecoming. Lioness queen. Layup cycle. Spa treatment. Come get it.